The International Monetary Fund's predicting the worldwide recovery will strengthen this year as output in richer nations picks up. But it's warning that recovery is not evenly robust, with rising risks in emerging economies. Global output set to expand 3.6% this year, slightly lower than its forecast in January, up from 3% last year. US growth should be 2.8%, the Eurozone 1.2%, China 7.5%, and Japan 1.4%. Next year, it sees slight increases in the US and the Eurozone and falls in China and Japan. The IMF has sharply raised its forecast for British growth to 2.9% this year, easing to 2.5% next year. In its twice-yearly World Economic Outlook, the IMF says politicians need to come up with more ideas to raise the world's productive capacity and avoid a prolonged period of sluggish growth. It highlights the Eurozone and Japan as being most at risk of stagnation without the right policy actions. Growth in the Eurozone is expected for the first time in 3 years, despite the region's high unemployment, with even Spain's economy due to expand by almost 1% this year. The IMF also repeated warnings about the very low level of inflation in the Eurozone, calling again for stimulus from the European Central Bank.